that this particular group of seniors have really they've played in so many big-time basketball games. I don't know the stats on this, but I would say as many games as they had, we've been ranked. That might be the most in school history. I'm not quite sure, but that could be an option there. So they've just really steadied this program. We kind of had to rebuild, and then we broke through. But then the class that just comes across, and they're probably averaging 20 or so wins, and they steadied it. They kept us a relevant nationally, top 25, a relevant national program with a lot of top 25 weeks in the polls and postseason and all that. So just a special group for what they've accomplished. And they're making their marks in the record books, which makes me personally happy that they'll always be in the Miami record books. And then, the third part of it all is just, so it's what the team's done since they've been here. It's what their individual records are, what they've been here. And then it's just the people that they are and how much they help you as a coach. You go through phases of a coaching career, and there are certain kids that just sustain you. They just keep your passion lit, keep you wanting to, not close the computer up on that plane ride home, but keep it open so that you can teach a little bit more, get a little bit more knowledge. They're so eager to want to get to that next level. So that's just motivating. I mean, we're not preaching here. We're coaches, and there's an interaction. You don't just have an audience that doesn't ask questions. I mean, they ask questions, and so there's been a lot of coaching and teaching going on both ways, and they haven't just been deaf ears. They've been very interactive in the development of this program. So I'll really miss that probably the most.
And how important is it, considering all of that, going into March now, how badly do you want, if you want to win every year, you've got this group for them to finish their career on a high?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, this senior night is so significant because we need to win. We need to win. We need to keep plugging away to get ourselves in the best position we can in the ACC tournament and the postseason, and just our confidence. And this particular team, it's hard to explain because I still don't feel like we've played that great game yet. Certain players play very well, but there is a magical night waiting out there where we're all going to show up at the same time and do the best to our capacity. And I told him right before the Virginia Tech game, like, you are enough. I was watching a show on Maya Angelou, and she said that, but very calmly, you're enough. Like, what you are and who you are is enough. Just everyone calm down. Like, we're really talented, and we just got to be us. But we haven't had that night where everybody has had their best game. And we have so many important people still on this team. So senior night is a moment in this season, but it's not in any way going to cap anything. I think we're still growing.
When you talk about just how they studied the program,
Mm-hmm.
They all share a little bit of their ups and downs and
Mm-hmm.
their journeys. Just the character that they showed. Like it seems like each one of them has dealt
Mm-hmm.
injuries, losing
Right.
my father. Jim
Right.
talked about just I struggled my freshman year to get used to
Right.
basketball. Just the growing up that they did
Right.
on the court and off the court. What has it been like to watch that?
I think you're right. There's so many different stories in this group, and just a lot of personal, I guess, you want to just be a backdrop for them in a way. You're going to go through a lot of changes between the ages of 18 and 23, whether you want to or not, 17 to 21. Those are just tumultuous years, and you want to be something that's consistent for them. And so as they grow and as they expand and as they try to figure out who they are and what they're really going to end up doing and all that, you just try to stay very consistent. But this group in return has been incredibly consistent back. It has not been a roller coaster. They've had adversity, but their character, like you said, has been just across the board consistent. You haven't seen suspensions and what happened to her or what's going on. I mean, it's just not been like that. And so that's what I say when I said steady. It's their character and their parents and their upbringings and everything too that have just kept them like, you know what, we're going to show up, we're going to go to work, whatever happens, we're going to deal with that very maturely. And there's been a lot happen, but it hasn't been anything. If we can control it, they've controlled it. Some uncontrollable things have happened, there's nothing you can do about it. But the controllable things, this group, they've taken care of business.
How emotional do you expect Sunday to be? And how do you channel that so that it doesn't overwhelm them and they go out and get that win?
Right. You know, I'll be honest, I'm a little worried about that, just not for them. I mean, it's just for me too, and the staff and the team. It's part of senior night, you know, it just is, and it will be emotional. I don't ever back away from admitting I'm a very emotional person, and I share my emotions with my team, and you know, Mott's just like this all the time. Jit and I are more like this. Key's kind of more like that, and Nigea's kind of more steady, but me and Jessica, you know, whatever. It's just going to be, that's just who we are. We're very authentic, and we'll see. But I can tell that we're in our stride. I can tell they're excited. They were very excited to play last night, very excited to play before the game in a really, really hopeful, energetic sort of way. And then we started off flat. But the overall feeling of this team right now is excitement, like eager. And so, you know, some teams in February and March, they don't have that. But we have a great pulse right now, a really strong heartbeat.
How about Mott's heartbeat at this point?
It's playing great. She's just playing so well, so communicative. Mott never is really, really loud and demonstrative, but she's just really, really communicating with everybody. I see her pointing in huddles and getting in people's faces and coming to me with, what did you want on that play? What are you doing? You know, and I love it. And so that's been great because that makes her special. When she's just figuring out how Miami's going to win, you know, then she ends up at 26 points, you know, but she's very, very outside of herself right now and just taking care of everything. And that's a great moment for her.
You think it's because sort of the end of that college career
Yeah.
is in sight, and she's like, I better embrace everything I can. And then
Yeah, I don't think it's a pressure thing. I think it's like a check of like, this is fun. Let me enjoy this, but let me be really present. Really, really, if I can affect something in a positive way, let me do it. So I think it's just a real positive kind of push, not a, oh my God, you don't want your seniors looking like this, like the end's coming, the end's coming. I think she's like, this is just really fun, and I'm having a great time. So let's do this right.
The latest projection this week has you guys hosting. So,
Yeah.
Is there anything you feel is there like a number in your head or how you feel like you have to do in the ACC tournament to lock that down?
Well, I mean, our RPI we're right there on the bubble. So whether we're hosting, you know, I think that one was probably the 6.
It had you at 6.
Yeah, and I mean, with our RPI right now, wow, we have some significant road wins. We have some top 25 wins, and we got a great RPI. So I think our RPI right now is 16, 17 the last time I checked. So that's pretty solid regardless to be a top 4. So if we can control anything and win 2-3 more games right now before we get in front of the committee, I think we'll be talking about not just the Stanford vacancy host ability, but you know, we want to push towards that. And we always have this whole season.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you.